happy you stopped playing One Piece. No, we get to spend so much time together.
Of course, yeah.
You know what we should do? We should play a better card game.
Yeah, Uno. Yeah. I don't miss One Piece at all.
Draw 2.
Draw 2, huh? What does that remind me of?
Draw 4, baby.
Draw 4? I used to draw 4 on Kaido.
Mihawk into Secret Bonnie plus leader effect.
Did she just say Mihawk into Secret Bonnie plus leader effect? What the fuck does that have to do with Uno?
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it!
Yo, so HPTCG is done making videos forever, but you know who is not done making videos? His twin brother, who happens to sound and look exactly like him, not HPTCG, which is who I am right here. So I never go back on my word. I said that, or not my brother said that he was done making videos, but I am a different person who just also happens to be named Joey. So problem solved right there. We got a tier list with my best pal VV Theory. It's a very long one, so be sure to to stay tuned for that. But also, while we're on the topic, guys, I have a Metafy that's out that's going to give you guys a complete guide to general and situational gameplay. It is $99, and all the money is going to go to a great cause. It's going to go to my gambling addiction and my OnlyFans hose, so be sure to check it out. Support me, obviously, that'd be great. Yeah, let's get to the video. All right, guys, so before we start the video, we're going to go ahead and talk about all the new cards that are the most important cards that got released in PRB 02. And your friend Marineford actually had a really good video about what cards are coming out and what leaders that they would most likely be played in. So check that out, actually. Marineford TCG. That was a really good video. But the first one we have is Kobe.
Yes, sir. You want me to just read through it real quick for us?
Yeah, I guess the format, we'll just read what the card does and what it's likely going to be used in, just like he did, I guess. But Kobe, once per turn, if your leader has Navy, it gains 1,000, so it's a 4/7 essentially in a Navy deck in Smoker. When attacking, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with the base cost 3,000 power or less. And then if you have 6 or less cards, then you draw a card. Very good. It's really good in Smoker, I think, too, because it just helps. The one thing Smoker has a problem with is sustainability. So this is just a card that is kind of tough to get rid of because it's a 4/7 and it draws cards and pops stuff. So pretty good, especially combo it with like something like honesty, impact, or whatever. So I think it's pretty strong.
Yeah, this card's a beast because you're drawing cards, you're potentially popping little blockers, little chump blockers and little searchers. Yep. And he's, like you said, he's a 7K on your opponent's turn with red-green Smoker. Absolutely correct.
Yep. All right, next card.
Next card. Whoop. Sick alt art for it.
Pretty cool.
Okay, here we go.
Now this law right here is once per turn. It's probably the least. It's not like an amazing card, but it's decent. It has a 1K counter. It's a 6/7, and it allows you to on attack minus 2,000 power to a character with no Dawn attached. And then also if you were to, it has removal protection, so minus 2,000 power if you were to remove it. So it's pretty much impossible to remove it. It's really good in trading into big boards like UP. And they can't like Mihawk it or something like that, which is really strong. I'm playing this actually in my red black Sabo list in OP13. I think this card has a place in a couple decks. I don't think it has a great spot in Smoker. It might be played as like a 2 of. It's okay. It's not exactly what the deck needed per se, but it's a decent start in the right direction. I think you also probably play this in Kobe as well, because it just has the minus power, which allows you to attack into it, you know?
Yep, exactly. And just it being a 7,000 power body is nice with the leader effect. And it's a 1K counter, worst case scenario to trash, or to counter out with. So, and just having that removal protection, bro, that's becoming a big deal.
Yep, big deal. Removal is low-key ass in this game now. Honestly, it really is.
Yes.
Okay, next card.
Yep. There's the alt art. Awesome Akira Igawa masterpiece there. Very nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Lucky Roo. This one's actually kind of decent.
I actually didn't hear about this one. What is this?
Okay, so it's a 4-cost 2K, 1K counter blocker, red hair pirates, obviously. On play, trash one character card with 6,000 power or more from your hand. Draw 2.
Okay, so it's like Silver's Rayleigh kind of.
Yes, it pretty much literally. Yeah, it's pretty much exactly like Silver's Rayleigh. You just have to make sure to be able to trash a 6K character from your hand.
Okay, it definitely helps out with Shanks then, because Shanks plays a lot of bricks, and most of them are above 6,000 power. So okay, yeah, pretty decent. I don't think this would replace the other Lucky Roo, but I think it's decent.
No, No, it's just different. And here's the most important part about this one, Joey. It's not leader locked.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right, cool,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
Okay, moving over to green.
Yeah, moving over to green. Green doesn't get too much from what I remember, right?
Nope. I think it gets like one decent card here. Well, I guess.
I guess the
it's
Bonnie.
kinda-
The Bonnie, I think, is the
Yeah,
only
the
actual
Bonnie's
good
very
card.
good. Let's go to the all-stars
This
here.
is
There we go.
the Bonnie you can't goon to unless you're a sick fuck. And yeah, this is the ungoonable Bonnie, and it's pretty much a better Arouge in my opinion. It's a blocker. When your opponent attacks, you may rest or you may get the active Dawn back. And in that case, it's actually better than Arouge because it plays around Hody and DMG because it only gets the Dawn back whenever they attack. So it's like impossible to really like actually play around
React to
the leader effect, which is nice. And, also, a really important part that people are not understanding about this card is it is playable off of Kid with its effect. And not only that, but on like an 8 Dawn turn where you want to play the Secret Bonnie, you could just play this plus the Secret Bonnie and then hold up like 2 Dawn if you want to. Or I'm sorry, hold up a Dawn if you want to, or you can swing 6 with something, whatever it is. Like this plus Secret Bonnie, like Secret Bonnie is really bad unless you're on like your 9 Dawn turn most of the time because you can't play like Mihawk into Secret Bonnie. But this is just an ability to play this Bonnie plus the 5-cost Bonnie and draw 2 trash 1. It's just the doors this opens, it's just way better than Arouge. And I have a playset of finalist Arouges, so I'm very upset that Arouge is pretty much unplayable now, but this card basically supersedes it.
I 100% agree with literally nothing else to add. Just exactly what you said.
Okay, you can talk about the next one then. I don't want to steal your
Yeah.
thunder.
Well, no, I think you nailed that one. No, I mean, so Monkey D. Luffy, next one here. Let's go to the altar. We got the 4-cost 5K, 1K counter, Supernova, Straw Hat Crew. Your turn on play. If your leader is multicolored and your opponent has 7 or less Dawn cards on their field, your opponent rests one of their Dawn cards at the start of their next main phase. So this is kind of like Green's version of Magellan. Remember the 5-cost SR?
Yep.
It's not the same. You're not burning Dawn, but you are like slowing them down 1 turn effectively.
Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. I think its obvious place is in GP. I think it's better than the Rush Green Zoro. I think obviously they share different functions, but I think this is a pretty good card. It's a very good stun card, I would say. I think it's decent in like Bonnie too. It's like low key, like it's like a cheaper 5-cost Bonnie that has like less utility, but it's decent.
Right. Yeah, because it only hits Dawn, right?
Yep, only hits Dawn, but sometimes sometimes shutting off that like 5 Dawn turn they have, or like their 6 Dawn turn is like important. So I don't mind this.
Okay, and this was the other one that we don't have to spend much time on. It's like a 2K counter Zoro with blocker.
This
turn
sucks.
this character.
This is a terrible card. I don't know why anyone would play this over like Basil Hawkins or something.
I think it's just a searchable 2K counter blocker. That's literally it.
Yeah, I don't see this seeing play in like anything pretty much, except for maybe Zoro, but I don't know. Even then.
Well, I mean, if they try to Hody Jones you, if this character would be rested by your opponent's character's effect, rest one of your other characters instead. So maybe it helps. I have no idea. Moving on.
Okay.
All right, moving on to the blue ones. Here we go. Second page. Okay, so a lot of really weird stuff here. I think it's just this Jinbei, this Marco, and this Galdino.
I actually don't know what the Galdino does. We don't have to spend too much time on the Jinbei, guys. I think the Jinbei is like not very good at all. It basically searches the top 5 for a warlord. It's like a slightly different version of Weevil where you just draw a card in a different way, but this does mess up your stack, so I don't love it. And it has a tiny on play or attacking effect to bomb deck a 1-cost character, which like could come up against like decks in the future that play like 1-cost blockers. I just don't see this being like, I don't know. I think if there was any other warlord that was relevant, I think we would play this over or play something over this, but because we're running out of warlords to play, like I think this just has to be included in the deck as like a 2 of maybe. Do you think this is like really good at all?
No, I think this only has one purpose, to be honest, Joey. Like, I think you run this in a blind fire Dofi deck, dude. You just like blind fire off the top. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah, that's a good point.
And then it's kind of cracked. Like even into Emu and stuff like that, you'll just be filling out the board so quickly. But that's about all I got for this one.
Okay, all right.
Next one. Okay, Marco.
Now, this card's actually good. This card's actually good.
Yeah, this card. So guys, 4-cost 6K, Land of Wano, former Whitebeard Pirates type. That's kind of interesting, by the way. Land of Wano searchable and former Whitebeard Pirates type in blue. Blocker on KO, draw 2. Absolutely cracked card.
Yep. Pretty good card in Kuzan. Obviously, it gets much better with Ace coming out next set.
Right.
I think this is just a staple in pretty much every blue deck at this point. It's 4/6 blocker, draw 2. There's almost no problem with it other than it's not a counter, but I mean, drawing 2 cards is pretty good. Blocking, having that stat line, I'll take it all day. It's one of the best like 4-cost like on curve cards in blue. I think probably the best 4-cost on curve card now that Jinbei's banned.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yep.
Nothing more to add to that. Just a great card.
Yep.
Okay. Moving on to purple.
Yep. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do the tier list right after this.
This one's weird.
I was gonna say, what do they get? I don't think purple really gets anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it only gets, so it does get this, dude. A lot of people love this new pudding. So guys, you want to read this one real quick? So
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so 7 costs 5k, 1k counter, Big Mom Pirates type, on play Dawn -2. If your leader has Big Mom Pirates type and your opponent has 6 or more Dawn cards in their field, draw 2 cards, then play up to 1 Big Mom Pirates type character card with 6,000 to 8,000 power from your hand. This is meant to cheat out. Now it plays itself. This card doesn't go anywhere. Like, you know, like it's like a better version of Blue Rebecca, in my opinion. You know, the 7 cost Rebecca in Blue Black Usopp.
Yeah, it's literally the same thing.
Yeah, but this one can, instead of just cheating out a Kairos, you can cheat out the purple Katakuri or the yellow Katakuri, which is kind of solid.
Not horrible by any means. It's
No.
a decent card. You have to Dawn -2, which is kind of expensive, which I'm not a huge fan of.
Right.
But you literally draw 2 cards and then play it like that. I mean it's a pretty good card. I don't know if it really moves the needle too much in pudding, but it's good.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But yeah, could be decent. We'll see what happens. Okay. Then now this card, on the other hand, very solid. This Doflamingo. You want to keep reading these, Joey, like the way we're doing it?
Yeah, we can just alternate. On play, if your leader is multicolored, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and rest it. It's just a 5/6 blocker that ramps, which is pretty strong. It's a 1k counter, which is even better. I could see this being used in both the Sugar and obviously Doflamingo. I think it has relevancy in both. I think it's just a pretty good card. One thing that the Doflamingo kind of struggles with, the GP Doflamingo, is low attacks, like 5s. So this is just a way to kind of save some cards, be that 5/6 blocker that also ramps. I think it's just a generically good card.
I think it also makes Blue Purple Luffy's Dofi package just a little bit more consistent.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You can also use this in Blue Purple Luffy. I don't think this is going to be used as much because it's I think the Nami is just overall a better card and the deck list is tight. But
Sure.
it's a pretty good card. I don't know how much play you would see. I think maybe people are gonna play it as like a 1 of or a 2 of or something, but it'll be good.
Yeah, could be decent. Okay.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, we do have the Nami. We talked about this a little bit earlier. 2 cost 2k, 1k counter. Straw Hat Crew, trigger, play this card, effect, on play. Look at the top 5 for a Straw Hat not named Nami.
Yeah, realistically, this is pretty much only played in GP. I don't really think this moves the needle at all. I don't even really personally, if it were me, I would just take out like when you're at sea, when you fight pirates, and just replace it with this. And that's literally the only kind of change I would make to it. Some people are adding this plus when you're at sea plus the other Nami. I think it's just too much searchability. I don't really think this card really moves the needle either way. Decent into Purple Luffy though, but not amazing because Purple Luffy wants to go first. So if you do have like a going second Purple Luffy build, which most people don't even have, you can play it. I don't think this card's as amazing as it might seem, but in future decks it could see a lot of play. So I would probably pick up your cards now. Of this card.
And let me say one more thing about this one. I think this is good for Nico Robin, but unfortunately, the way you build Nico Robin is not typically Straw Hat Crew focused.
Yeah.
So that's like the one really negative thing about this card with Nico Robin.
Yep.
Okay, and I think that was it for these. Okay, let's move on to black. Oops. All right. Yeah, we got this Gecko. Here we go.
This is actually a great card. On play, if your leader has Thriller Pirates, play up to 1 character card that costs 4 or less from your trash, then give up to 1 Arrested Dawn with your leader. So basically, this is a form of Gecko on your 8 Dawn turn. You activate, you play this, you give a Dawn to your leader, you can rest 2 Dawn and then play another character. So you can play on your 8 Dawn turn this plus 2 4-cost characters, which is pretty strong, and you can attack for 6, which I think is pretty good. I think it's a very strong tempo play. It doesn't really do a lot in Perona, but in Gecko, like with the deck, it's obviously its parent deck. I think this is a really strong card. 6/7 stat line isn't horrible. It gets out of it dodges Mars next set, but not even just that, it's just a solid card. If you bounce this back off like Jozu, then like, okay, I'll just play it. Yeah, please bounce it back. I'll take it. You play it again, you play 2 more 4s and you kind of flood the board. I personally like it. I think it's a really great card.
I completely agree, and in some ways, it's actually better than the other 8 costs. Not literally better, but like, listen to this: if you chain these together, you can go 6 Dawn turn, play out your first one, swing 6. Next turn, 8 Dawn turn, play out the second one, getting another forecast, and then you also get to or a 4 cost, and then you also get to use your leader effect on top of that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just flooding the board like crazy. And get this: this is a 6 cost card. You can get it back with Rebecca. So I mean, this card is
it's a great card. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about playing it on 6, but yeah, on 6 you play this, you play like Ryuma or whatever, or Perona, make him pitch a card, then you swing 6, make him pitch another card. It's a good leader. I'm definitely interested in trying this one out.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then
Next.
Is there one more?
Next, we got the 2K counter Sabo.
Yeah.
This is just not much to talk about here. 2K counter. This is like the new Sanji, the purple Sanji.
It's black Sanji,
blocker.
essentially.
Yeah, literally, that's all that is. And then we have Shiryu for Blackbeard.
I think I've seen this one. If you're he gains +4 cost, so it's this is the better wolf. On KO, if your leader has Blackbeard Pirates, KO up to one of your opponent's characters base cost 4. Yeah, this definitely makes Teach much better. This is something you can play off of Kuzan. It's also something you can play off, well, both Kuzans, the blocker and the 5 costs.
Right.
Just having that blocker is really strong. Obviously, it being 8 costs right off the bat is really strong. Because Wolf, you have to kind of wait for it to become like a 7 or an 8 cost, but this is right off the bat pretty good. I think this definitely is just a one of in Blackbeard.
Sure, and I think like it's nice. It has the 1K counter built in, and I kind of see this as like the Lucky Roo for Blackbeard.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much every color is like getting a Lucky Roo these days.
Yep. Yes, they are.
We have Hack, we have Lucky Roo, and then we have this now too.
Exactly. And now moving over to yellow. This is the last one to go over. Gotta go to page 2.
And then we'll go over the 2.
Right. Yes, right here. Okay, so next, we got Otama. I'll run through this one. So 2 costs, 0 power, 2K counter, land a Wano type, of course. Trigger, you can rest a 4 or less. Activate main, rest this character, add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life pressure to your hand, and then up to one of your leader or characters gains plus 3,000 for the entire turn. I think this card in particular, Joey, is meant for like the yellow like life combo decks. I'm going to be honest. I think this card's literally meant for blue yellow ace. I don't know what else it could have been meant for, because blue yellow ace will put the card on top of your deck, from the leader effect, and then you just draw it to your hand from this effect, buffing one of your characters or your leader.
I think this was meant for Yamato. You use the 2 Dawn.
Oh, Yamato.
Yeah, you use the 2 Dawn to play this. You get the 2 at rested Dawn. You attach it to something else. So it's like a +5 essentially. Pretty strong. You have to swing into it too. So if they don't really have a board, this is like a pseudo blocker too. So it's like low key a counter as well. I think this is a pretty good card. I haven't really played Ace, so I don't know, but I'm interested in like making a video about it. But yeah, this I guess with Ace included, this is also good into Yamato. I don't see this being good into any other deck. Realistically, maybe like, yeah, I don't know, like maybe some type of like maybe Kid or something. I don't know, maybe Katakuri. I'm not entirely sure. This is, I would just mainly say, is for Yamato, but probably Ace, I guess, now too.
Yeah, and it is a 2K counter, worst case scenario, searchable for land and Wano. So,
yep.
Okay. All right, next up got Boa Hancock.
Oh, probably BY Nami too, right?
Yeah, blue yellow Nami probably could use Otama for sure. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about. Yeah, I even forgot about Yamato. Bro. It's funny you mentioned that. I totally forgot about that leader and blue yellow Nami. Yeah, so they definitely could have used it.
Yep. This one's interesting. This one is interesting. Oh wait, this isn't the one that fucking deals the damage. This is a different one. You may trash one card from your hand with trigger from your hand, or trash one card with trigger from your hand. Your opponent's rested leader or one of their characters cannot attack until the end of their next phase. So I think it's decent. It's a 5/7 with no counter, which does kind of suck, but 5/7 is a decent stat line. Trigger KO of 4 or less, which is pretty good. Searchable, it's decent searchable tags. It has 7 warlords, which is film 7 warlords and Kuja pirates, which like pretty searchable all around. 5/7's a decent stat line. Being able to basically stop a leader attack. This could be a really good tech into Zoro for like yellow decks.
Yes. Yeah.
This could be something you could play in like Koala maybe.
Yeah, and I think it's really meant for a OP13 leader in the yellow Bonnie.
Yeah. Not
like
bad,
because you could cheat this out with the 7 cost Stussy, and you just develop 2 7Ks and lock down Zoro's attack or whoever's attack. So pretty nice. Okay, I think we got one more, and it's this ace.
Yep.
Of course, this is a
Take it
very
away,
hot
buddy.
topic.
This is
yeah,
you. This
yeah,
is you.
yeah. For the yellow players out there, you already know 5 cost 7K Port Gosti Ace Whitebeard Pirates on play. If you have a face up life card, play up to 1 Sabo, Ace, or Luffy with a cost of 2 from your hand or trash. And this is going to help Black Yellow Luffy get back on the map for sure. Not saying it will be as good as it used to be, but it will at least give it some staying power because, of course, with this being an ace, you can recycle it with the leader effect. And for all the blue yellow ace players out there, this card obviously goes perfectly with that leader because you can you can even start recycling this card back to hand with cards like Jozu or the 7 cost ST22 Odin. But red yellow Sabo players, I'm sorry guys, I don't know if y'all can figure out a way to make it work. Maybe it'll be good as a 1 or a 2 of in the deck. I haven't had a lot of success with that leader, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it's just I think it's a really good card for BY Luffy, maybe BY Ace, obviously. You basically get a free leader effect, which is strong. 5/7 stat line, it's good, searchable. Actually, no, it's not searchable. It's a Whitebeard Pirates card, so it's not super searchable.
No.
But I guess with the 3 brothers, you kind of search their names rather than like what tag they are. So it is
Right.
CA, so it is searchable. Good card. I don't know how much it moves the needle for those 2 decks in particular. I think it makes them a little bit better, but we'll see to the degree.
Exactly.
All right. So with that being said, we can get on to the tier list now.
Cool.
Yo, this is our take on the PRB02 tier list with my boy, the VV Theory, my homie, my best pal. You want to introduce yourself to everyone that doesn't know you, whoever that may be?
That's right. What's up, guys? VV Theory here with another tier list with my guy Joey, not Heart Pirates CCG.
Yeah, his twin brother, bro. His twin brother. We just happen to have the same name and the same amount of accolades in One Piece. So very, very interesting dynamic there. So
coincidence?
Coincidence? I think not. What is that? What is that from?
I can't remember. I think
that's from Shark Tale, bro. Coincidence? I think not.
I think not.
So what we got, guys, we got top 8. We're gonna put all of the leaders that could get top 8 and top 16, top 64, locals fun, that type of stuff. We have a long list to get through, but what I wanted to start with is talking about the leaders that warp the meta, because I think the top like 2 or 3 leaders kind of warp the meta and everything else is kind of determined based on that. So how about we just do that to kind of kickstart it? What do you think?
Let's do it. Sounds good.
Okay, so PRB, here, let me put this in here real quick.
Gotta scroll all the way to the top.
Yeah, I know, there's too many leaders these days, man. So PRB, I think, is going to be defined by 5 different leaders. We have OP11 Luffy, we have Rayleigh, we have Zoro. Where is he at? Zoro.
Right there.
Too much to count. And then we have, where is Bonnie? Bonnie.
Right above, right in the middle of the pack next to Boa.
These are all in order, actually, so we should be able to find them pretty easy. Oh, yep, here it is.
There you go. Yeah.
Bonnie, and then there's one other deck that it has some new support, and I believe that's Smoker. So these are the 5. These are the 5 that I think are going to be top 8 leaders. What do you think of this? Do you think that you can envision any more in here, like consistently getting top 8, or do you think this might be it?
So I think for the top 4 especially, like I do think that Rayleigh, blue purple Luffy, green Bonnie, green Zoro, that's a lock. Those top 4 for sure. The Smoker's interesting to me. What do you think about green purple Luffy?
Okay, so here's the thing, guys. So right now, until I believe OP 13 hits, we're in a matchup lottery system. So I actually don't even really believe that Smoker is an amazing deck, but if you do go into Bonnie and UP, then Smoker actually is a very strong deck into both of those. It's not unwinnable for either of them, but it is pretty strong into them. But if you happen to go against Rayleigh and Zoro, then Smoker gets absolutely annihilated. And that's actually the same thing with EBO2 GP Luffy. Whereas,
GP, yep.
Yeah, like if you go against these 3 decks, right? Actually, wait, no, GP actually gets demolished by all 4 of these. So so it loses to Smoker, it loses to Zoro, it loses to Rayleigh, and it loses to Bonnie. And the only deck it really is good into is Luffy. So no, I was gonna say yeah, it could be, but then I realized no. GP is the fact that it's a 4 life leader with the ability with its main component of a card being able to be hit by Mulgun, I don't think it's like that amazing. I think it's too fragile because Zoro can obviously rest all their cards that they play and then swing into them for like 9, 8, 9, 10, whatever it is, and then kind of force them to use Giant early, which isn't great. Rayleigh can just get a bunch of cards out of their hand and drain their resources. Smoker can Mulgun everything that they have and obviously continue the pressure. Bonnie obviously is just super tanky. I just don't think it can really compete with with 4 of the 5 of these decks, which is why it's actually getting gate kept out of top 8. What do you think?
Yeah, probably. Because I was definitely thinking top 16, just going off of like OP12 results.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember if we mentioned this or not. We're going over PRB, right?
Yep.
We're making a prediction list for PRB. So I'm trying to think though. Once PRB comes out, it does at least get that one purple searcher. The little Nami searcher with the trigger on it.
Oh, I know it.
And yeah. That might add to the consistency, but I don't know if it pushes it quite into the top 8.
Yeah, I think it'll consistently be not very good. So it'll add to the consistency in that way. I think
Gotcha.
I think there's a certain thing, and you've played card games for a long time, VV, but let me know if this was the thing in Magic. But I think like over consistency is like is an issue. A lot of times decks will try to play like hella fucking searchers, right? Or like hella like draw cards. And while that is good at a certain point, you don't really have room for anything else. Whereas like GP, the problem isn't its consistency. It's a fairly consistent deck. What is adding 4 cards, basically adding 4 more cards to search for Sanji Pudding isn't going to help its matchup into, Rayleigh and Bonnie and all these. It just doesn't help. Whereas I think that what it needs is like more tech options to be able to beat these top decks. And even if it had tech options, I don't know how you would even beat something like Zoro. Like that strategy of just ramming 9 into a 7 or 8 into a 6 like every single time. I don't see how any tech card can really help with that. Maybe like Hell's Judgment, I don't even know. What do you think about Smoker though? I know Smoker's getting a couple new cards. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's got like Law coming in, and I think it's probably also going to use that new. It might even run something like that new. Dang it, bro! I'm drawing a blank here. We're the worst, bro. But no, I know it's getting Smoker at the minimum, and I think it's a strong deck. I don't know if it's going to be top 8 material, but at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me. I had a big problem when this leader was printed. I thought the leader effect was just simply too strong. Like, I don't understand why it gets the extra 2 Dawn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it was like, okay, that's outrageous. And then it also has the 8 cost Mihawk now. It's about to have the Law. I mean, I could see it hitting into the top 8, no problem.
Yeah.
But safe bet would be top 16, but pushing it a little bit would be top 8. I could see it maybe sneaking into there.
Now that you say that, you see the League of Legends like fighting game right here. I gotta try that out. It looks cool.
2XKO.
Yeah, it looks cool. Is it out yet? You know?
Oh yeah, it's out. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta check it out.
It's out for like testing right now. Anyone can get in pretty much.
Oh, like
but then
beta.
October 7th. Yeah, October 7th is like the actual beta where it releases.
Okay. Yeah, so that I guess you are right. Whereas like all of these decks can pretty much do good into all these other decks for the most part. Except for like Rayleigh and Zoro. Rayleigh and Zoro is pretty tough. Actually disregard. This is still a matchup lottery meta. But Smoker, if you do see the right cards, can actually be if you see the right matchups, it can be very strong. But the thing about Smoker is these 2 decks are so easy to play because not only are they so cheap, like Zoro is like a $13 deck. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't play anything that's like super expensive. They have like Mihawk, they play the Tashiki, both of them are supers. They don't really need secrets. And then they just need like commons and rares and stuff like that. And then same thing really with Rayleigh. It's just a bunch of supers and it's relatively easy to find. So these 2 decks aren't very expensive, but they're also very relevant in the meta. When I played at Nationals, I played 4 Rayleighs out of 10. And then I played 2 Zoros out of the 10. So between Rayleigh and Zoro, I played 6 out of my 10 games against them. And PRB, I don't really think anything really changes too much with the meta, other than like a couple like support cards here and there. But realistically, I really think that I think Smoker could potentially be into top 8, but you're right. It's more probably consistently top 16 if it runs into these matchups. I think it might be able to do decent into like something like Rayleigh, because they can what is it called? We can like wall off behind Kid, which could be a strategy. I'm not sure how relevant that would be because it doesn't have the resources that Bonnie has to protect it. But I don't know.
Right.
I think Smoker's still pretty strong. What other decks do you think are in like the top contention tier for like top 16?
I definitely think green purple Luffy's in that category. It's at the very, very top, by the way, very top left.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah.
It's like a red one.
Oh yeah, this
yeah,
one,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah. GP. Yep, I agree with that. What do you think about something like Calgara? I think Calgara is actually pretty strong.
Yeah, I think Calgar's a monster. I think it kind of has been for a while. It just was always lacking a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it needed something that yellow just does not have.
Yeah.
Like yellow's just, don't get me started. Never mind. Changing subject. But yeah, Calgara.
Pay to lose, baby. Pay to lose.
Yeah, pay to lose. I 100% agree. But Calgara, I think, is actually a very strong deck. And even when you look at like some of the it's even popping up on some of the results now for like the matchmaking stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a really strong, like I think it demolishes both the GP and the UP. The deck is so fast, man. It's so fast. Being able to just literally spit out bodies, and now they have double heal cards with Kuma. They have Nolan. They can play the Ace or the Enel if they want to. Like this deck has a lot of tankiness. They get tons of draw now too with the new Calgara 5/6 that draws a card when your life gets taken, or I think a life gets taken. So it's a really strong deck. It can flood the board. I think it does lose to like Luna or whatever, and it does lose to Bonnie if we are successfully able to drop the Kid Wall. But sometimes we straight up just like die before we can even drop the Kid Wall. So like as a Bonnie player, like I don't really like seeing Calgara too much, because if they just get off to a great start and we don't have carrots to slow them down, I don't really think like one kid is going to beat that deck. They play like El Thor, they play all these counter events, they play heal cards, and their bodies are pretty big too. So even if we do play kid, we have to have a decent board setup to actually win the game, because they just have like 5-7k bodies just swinging into you, and they're just going to drain the fuck out of your resources, and they're going to be able to survive before you can kill them with all their events and heal cards. So yeah, Calgara I think is the best yellow deck right now without a doubt. I think another deck that I actually brought to Nationals I think is still pretty good is Teach.
Blackbeard, yep.
Yeah. Did you know I was playing Blackbeard for Nats?
I randomly saw it, and you did an interview with somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know what their name was. It just got randomly recommended to me in the YouTube algorithm, and I was like, oh, that's Joey. Like I knew you were going to Nats, or I knew you said you were thinking about going. You were talking about it, and then when I saw the picture, I was like, oh wow, he was playing Blackbeard. I did not foresee that. That was not on my bingo card, bro.
I switched it up, bro. I don't want you guys to know my next move, bro. I really don't. But hey, man, like I actually think Blackbeard's low-key kind of fun. In a meta where it's not very fun, in my opinion, it's really fun to make your opponents not have fun. So turning off their on plays, making it so they're just playing vanillas and trying to beat the shit out of you. Hey, man, if I'm not having fun, no one's gonna have fun. I do think Blackbeard's very strong, though. The thing about Blackbeard is it's not great into Zoro. I actually think we don't have too bad of a matchup into Rayleigh. Because they do play low-cost characters, and we play stuff like Shiryu and 7-cost Teach, and we do have some decent like counter cards like Black Vortex to get over some big swings. Kuzan, obviously the blocker, is really strong at stopping an attack and then still keeping a body on the board. I think Blackbeard realistically could be somewhere up here in the top 8, depending on how many Zoros you see. I think Zoro is a much harder matchup than Rayleigh. If I think it's probably like 65-35 in Zoro's favor, and Rayleigh's more so like 55-45 in Rayleigh's favor. But realistically, like Blackbeard's good into it's definitely not good into these guys in the top 16. So if it runs into any of these guys right here, I think it's probably fucking cooked. But yeah, Blackbeard's good into Bonnie, it's good into UP, and that takes up a good bit of the meta representation. That's another thing too that we got to talk about too, is how represented these leaders are, and that's going to determine how good some of these other leaders can be, because any deck that has a losing matchup into like the best deck is never going to be like a top like 8 leader, or even most of the time a top 16 leader, because you just play too many of them in a tournament. So for example, in OP09 and OP10, Blackbeard I don't think was ever like a top 8 deck, because Doflamingo was just, it was like just too, it was too popular. It had like 45 to 50% of the meta spread. So if you went into a tournament hoping to play Lucci and BY, you're going to play against them probably like half the time, but the other half you're going to play against Dofi, and a good Dofi player is going to win this matchup like 75% of the time. So I don't know. I don't think this deck, if like these 3 decks to the left are as relevant as people might think, Blackbeard definitely does have a hard time in PRB. What do you think?
Yeah, agreed. I think that especially if green, purple, Luffy, or red, green smoker see any extra representation, might be rough on Blackbeard. But I mean, other than that, though, just kind of I'm looking at the matchup spread just on the matchmaker rating stuff. It looks like you're saying into the top 4. Blackbeard's not even that bad. Like his worst matchup I see is like Zoro. Out of the top 4 players the top 4 leaders we're talking about. Yeah. It looks like on the ranked sim, 47.6% win rate into Zoro, so just barely under winning there.
Can you send
47. Yeah. 1 second. I'm gonna send it to you on Discord.
Good man.
Looking out for you, bud. Got you right here.
Solid bloke. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it says 47 to whatever, 47-53. I saw that before. Playing Blackbeard, I don't know like how relevant. Like I don't know. That doesn't seem like super accurate to me. I think Zoro is much better into Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Rayleigh, this guy I played at Nationals, he beat me round 2, but he said Rayleigh was like super unfavored. Or Blackbeard's super unfavored into Rayleigh. This is the matchups. I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. So Blackbeard, Zoro is looking like a 47% win rate into Zoro. Rayleigh about the same, 47%. GP obviously is like terrible, and then Smoker is obviously terrible. Sanji has anti-removal, but if you're looking at the meta spread, none of these decks are super like relevant. Like GP is not very relevant at all. Wow, we have a winning matchup in a purple Luffy. That is crazy. What is it? Smoker isn't super relevant.
I think because once you get to the late game, a lot of purple Luffy's tricks are all on plays. You know what I mean? So if you're like, as soon as they hit that 7 Dawn turn, you're making sure they don't get that on play to cheat out a body, or 9 Dawn plays doing like 9 Lin tricks or whatever. I could see that. See that. And
realistically, like, I think only really good Rayleigh players are going to be able to really capitalize on. I think Blackbeard is such a skill check deck where bad players are not going to be able to figure out what to do in without on plays, and they're going to be put in situations they've never been in before, and they're going to lose because of it. So realistically, like Rayleigh and Zoro, they are winnable. Like I was saying, they're unfavored for sure, and I definitely don't want to see them. But we have a pretty good matchup into UP, and we have a very good matchup into Bonnie.
Right.
I think like it says UP's 50-50. I disagree with that. I think we're probably like 60-40 or maybe like 55-45. I think it's pretty good though. So Teach is pretty strong. There's another deck that I think could realistically come back into the meta, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. And that deck is this one. Zoro Sanji. This deck is mad fucking annoying, bro. This shit is so annoying, man. Have you played this recently?
Yeah, so I have not played the new East Blue version with the slash support and everything, with the really good one. But I was making this leader work like recently with like a Whitebeard Pirates version. That's how strong that leader effect is now that it has like support it can push around it. You know what I mean? Like the leader effect is so universally strong that you can run any package through it, and it looks like the best package to run right now is like an East Blue slash version. You know what I'm talking about? It's hard to explain. It's like an East Blue version.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. And the funny thing is, I was just on the simulator literally earlier today, doing my like Metafy guide, like kind of clearing, like doing some final touches for it. And I wanted to play some games and then like talk through all the decisions. And I was playing Bonnie against this guy. He had like 5 billion bounty. He was on this fucking deck right here. And he just like never ran out of cards. Like he had he had Cavendish that he kept restanding and swinging like 6s or 7s, and eventually like you don't even want to like rest his leader because they have like other targets like Mihawk or whatever, like the blocker. But then again, you like low key kind of have to, and then he would play the fucking so he would draw 2 cards, trash 1, and then he would play the Vivi. The Vivi theory. No, he would play the 3 cost. Yeah, and then he would draw 2. Like, no, this deck is actually kind of cracked, bro. I think it's super strong. It's really strong into Teach as well. I think it's really strong into what is it called? Into the UP, and I think it's pretty good into it's probably pretty good into Rayleigh too, because it can just like swing. And And
American
Rayleigh,
Rejects on this.
yeah, swing, swing, swing from the table.
Tabletops. Yeah.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
heart
No, that.
is crushed. Yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, I think that Green Blue Zanji is absolutely cracked, dude. It was a leader, I loved that leader for a very long time, and I'm glad to see it's finally like, popping off a little bit.
Yeah, I never like loved this leader. I used to think this leader was like pretty terrible, and it was for a long time without
For a long
without the
time it was.
support. Now it just now it has some like it has some. The thing that it was missing was sustainability, because it can kill you really fast. It could like rush you down, but it was very one dimensional. Now it has the ability to kill you really fast and just fucking draw cards, like a shit ton of cards. It probably struggles a little bit with counter, because a lot of the cards that it plays are like not counter, like Cavendish, Smoker, Mihawk. But I don't know, man. I think it's a really strong deck. I could see this like legitimately getting a couple top 8s. Definitely a couple top 16s though, for sure. I think no deck that plays Gum Gum Giant will ever be below top 16 in my opinion. So Purple Luffy's going to be in there too. Do you have any complaints with that?
No debate there. Purple Luffy's great.
Yeah, great deck, good tempo deck. This might be controversial, bro. This might be controversial. I think Kuzan's in here too. I think Kuzan's really strong. I think Kuzan is good into. Let's see the stats if they agree with that. Kuzan I think is pretty good into UP. There's no stats on Kuzan? Damn, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no stats on Kuzan right now on this version of it. They do updates every week or whatever. Yeah. I just get them off Eggman's site, because he has some kind of affiliation with him, I guess, where he gets these links to him. Yeah. But yeah,
that's surprising though, because I think Kuzan has a pretty strong matchup into a lot of these decks. It's good into Zoro. I think it's pretty good into Rayleigh, and I think it's good into UP.
I'm not even sure what else good, and I'm going to be honest, because I'm not like the biggest blue player, like you are, Joey. But blue for me, every time I play Kuzan, I'm like, wow, like I'm never running out of cards, especially like you were saying with Green Blue Zanji. You're not running out of cards, dude. If you're running out of cards, you probably did something wrong. Yeah. Or it was, or it was a really good game, like a really close game where you just barely lost.
Yeah. Yeah, you never run out of cards. Obviously, you have the Pheasant Peck, which is still, it's not nearly as good as Giant, but it is still a cycle. You cycle your hand a little bit, you draw a card, like it's pretty good. I think it's pretty strong into blue purple, because you just have like these 8k bodies, and if you manage your resources well enough, you have like multiple like 4 to you have like 3 to 5 8k bodies. You're just like swinging into them, and you have tons of cards in hand. And you play cards like Pudding, obviously, to help you go for game. You play blockers, you play events that can help you survive. So it's really good into UP. It's not great into Bonnie though, I'm not gonna lie. I think an average Bonnie player can beat a good Kuzan player. Rayleigh's a little bit more 50-50. It depends on like what kind of early game cards that Kuzan plays or sees. And then Zoro is favored, because all of our bodies are so big that like him swinging into them doesn't really do it. He's usually only swinging like 8 to 10 into them, and then we just fucking counter out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like he's swinging fucking 10 into a 6k or a 7k, so
that's a bunch of 8ks.
Yeah, so I think Kuzan's pretty good. I think it's pretty good into like meta, into like rogue decks too. I don't know. I think Kuzan's like pretty strong. It does have a weak early game, so any deck that has a strong early game like Kalgra or Sanji or this deck right here, GP, is going to be tough. It's going to be tough for it, but I don't know, man. Like I think with its resources that it always obtains with Sakazuki's, with stopping attacks with Kuzan's, like the 6 cost, Joe's like fucking bro, Garp is like a +2. Like it's straight up like draw 3 cards. It's like actually cracked. I think this leader is better than people give it credit for. I personally believe in it. Now it hasn't shown a lot of like success in a tournament level, but I just think it needs the right pilot.
I mean, other than the first place it got at a regional,
Did it get first place at a regional? I didn't see that.
Yeah, dude. It actually. Let me bring that up over here.
That's actually wild. This was recently, wasn't it?
Yeah. Let me scroll out a little bit. It was.
I think I heard something about that. I didn't know he won though. I thought he like just got like top 8.
Yeah, I want to say it was. Yeah, people were giving me crap about it because I was like, yeah, this leader's okay. Yeah, I mean, like legitimately, that was all I was saying. It was like, yeah, it's, and I didn't think it was bad. You know what I mean? It was just like, yeah, pretty good leader. Let me see. I think it was Madrid. Yeah, in Madrid. Listen to this top 8. There's always
some like crazy decks topping in Madrid. I feel like there's like always like some wild shit.
Well, listen to this top 3. Dude. I mean, I guess it's top 4. It doesn't have 3. You got Kuzan first place, Silver's Rayleigh second place, Enel third, and Marshall D. Teach 4th.
Oh shit, that was a crazy. That feels like our national. Did you hear about our nationals top 8? It was like Yamato, Yellow Katakuri, A couple UPs, Rayleighs, Zoros, Bonnie. Like the fact that, bro, our top 16 had like RG Smoker, Yamato, Katakuri. It had like another like random ass deck in there too. Like, bro, we like there's some crazy decks that are seeing some success these days. I think it's definitely like yeah, there was a Carrot that was like 7-0 for the first like 7 games of nationals, and then he bubbled out top 64. Dang. Which I think he lost like 3 straight after that. But I mean, dude, I mean, he was popping off a little bit. Yeah.
The craziest thing about the nationals, by the way, in the top 32, not one black deck, bro. Not one.
Isn't that crazy, bro?
Literally insane. Like yellow decks were in there, bro, but not black. Like I actually couldn't believe it, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, cost reduction's so dog shit now, bro. It's so dog shit that I don't see black decks other than Blackbeard like really being successful in the future. Other than like Emu. Emu is so cracked, bro.
I was about to say, bro, Emu is about to take off, bro.
I cannot wait until OP13, man. I've been having so much fun, bro. Like you guys are gonna see some vids coming out with Emu and just Sabo. RG Luffy. It's just such a fun set, man. And it feels like no decks really counter like other decks. Like some decks are good into other decks, but they don't completely counter them. It reminds me of a lot of OP09, which I really love. Here's another deck. So I'm gonna put 3 more decks in here, and you let me know. We'll talk about them individually, and let me know if you disagree. So we're gonna put Yamato in here. We're gonna put BY Nami in here, and we're gonna put Enel in here, into the top 16. I feel like these decks, these 2 decks in particular, Enel and Yamato, I feel like they never die. There's always somebody like beating people and getting into top cut with these 2 decks right here. And this one, I don't know what it is, but I just believe in this. I have a supreme confidence in this leader that a lot of people don't have, man. Why is it not good, Brett? Why is Nami not good? You tell me. It has all the tools.
So I don't think I don't think that it's not good or whatever. I just think that other decks are just so strong right now, you know, because, and another thing too, is remember this, Joey, we didn't get ST22 until literally last week or 2 weeks ago. We finally got ST22. Well, 7 costs Odin. Yeah, that card's a big deal. Cause like, oh, that's a cool red rock you have there, or that's a cool whatever removal you're running there. It literally cannot get rid of my character. It literally can't touch it.
And you draw so many cards. I feel like you just like your 7K leader. Like it just seems so good. I believe in it, man. Do you believe in this deck?
I absolutely do, but we're missing one other card still, Joey. The promo.
The young girl?
Young girl promo. Yes, we're missing that card. And so Blue Yellow Nami is just a victim of Bandai's incompetence. I'm not trying to be mean or confrontational here, but you know what I'm saying.
I think
like the
fact that Nami and Blue Green Sanji are like very similar decks. Like they have good leader effects, but they keep missing support until they finally get it, and then they're like, okay, this is a legitimate deck. Now I don't think either of these decks will ever be like a top deck, but I do think that both of them have some relevancy into the meta, and that is an exciting format to be in. I don't necessarily love jungle metas because it's really tough as a competitive player, but as a content creator, jungle metas are actually pretty good because you can actually make a bunch of videos about all these individual decks and then cope people and all types of shit, man. So Enel has 2 different strategies now, so it makes it a little bit tougher to go into Enel because you don't know what they're gonna do until like maybe they're 5 or 6 on turn. They have the rush burn strategy, and then they have the starve like control strategy, both of which have their relevancy into the meta. The starve strategy is terrible into UP, so you're not gonna see that. There's one that got top 16, or I think it was like top 32 or top 16, one of the 2. He was at Nats, and he was playing like the aggro Enel. Very, very strong. And then a friend of mine, Long, got top 8 with Yamato at Nationals. Fucking great player. He got second with him before. That was the guy that got second with Yamato before. He bubbled out of top 8 with Pudding, and then he also won with like Whitebeard back in set like 7 or set 6 or some shit. Like that's awesome. He's just a really good player. He obviously made this work. He beat like a GP in top 32. No, I think he beat a GP in top. Yeah, beat a GP in top 32, and then he beat a Rayleigh in top 16 and all the way to top 8, which is crazy. But yeah, congrats to him, man. But yeah, these 3 decks I really believe in. Is there any other decks you want to talk about? Because I think there's a couple more.
I do too. I've got 3 on the top of my mind right now for still in that category.
Yeah.
I think blue purple Sanji is a serious deck. I actually do. Like that deck is so odd that like at first no one knew how to play it. You know what I mean? It's going to be a deck that like is going to suffer from, I think, probably around the same idea as like Blackbeard, where like only really good players are going to be able to make it, you know, really, really sing. You know what I'm saying? And when that deck is firing on all cylinders, bro, it's actually a menace. Deck is actually a menace, bro.
I would agree. However, I think this deck is absolutely atrocious into both the green decks.
Yeah,
And
you're probably.
I'm pretty sure Rayleigh beats this deck too. Now, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't really played it, but I know for a fact that Bonnie has like, I'm pretty sure Bonnie has like an insane win rate into it. Let me check if the stats prove it. Bonnie has a 66%.
It's actually the Zoro that has like the crazy win rate.
Well, Bonnie has a 66% win rate into it as well. Zoro has a 74% win rate.
Bro. Yeah.
Let's see what Rayleigh has into it. Do they have Rayleigh on here?
Rayleigh's just like 53.
Yeah,
that's
like 53,
that's fairly fairly winnable.
Yeah.
And then blue purple Luffy we knew was going to be tough, but I still think that, I mean, like, isn't that kind of the story for most of these leaders in the top 16 though? They just can't beat. That there's a reason they're not in the top 8.
Not all of them though. Like, so like for example, some of them are like they lose to like UP or Zoro or whatever, but they don't lose to like all of them. That's why I would say this guy is more so here, because like if you look at Calgara does or can beat, I think, Rayleigh, Zoro, and UP. Now I'm not entirely 100% sure on that.
Well, we got the numbers on that one.
What does the stats say? Hold on, what's the stats say? Bring out the numbers. All right, so it's bad into Bonnie and Zoro. It's good into Rayleigh. It's good into UP. It's good into well, I wouldn't say good, but it's about 50-50 with GP.
GP, yeah.
Good into Blackbeard, good into it has like almost like all winnable, like favorable matchups pretty much, except for these two green decks right here, whereas Sanji loses to like all of them.
well Sanji is basically 50-50 in the Rayleigh. Like it's a 53.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm you know me, I'm a deck builder, Joey.
Yeah.
People are building Sanji the normal way. Like the normal way is the wrong way. And like you have to go with a super go tall strategy with it. And then I think it does really well into the green decks, but you'll have to see what happens.
Yeah.
You know,
would you mind if I put it here until we just get more results?
Hey, put it wherever you want, dude. Yeah. I mean, when you say results though, see, that's why I was saying it was where it needed to be. Like, let me check. Like, okay.
How many
like,
top 16s does this guy have?
Well, he's got top 8s. He's got top 8s as
really?
As blue purple Luffy got, or Luffy, blue purple Sanji got top 8 in Madrid, the one where Kuzan won.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it comes to the nationals, I don't think anyone was playing anything but like 4 decks at Nats, to be honest. But let me look at some of the other ones, like versus games. So in
I didn't
Kissimmee,
see a single one at Nats. Like I feel like I didn't see this deck at all.
No one was trying anything special at Nats. It was like the most basic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like it was the full try hard setup. But yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
if
going through them all now.
if it has multiple top 8s and multiple top 16s, I'll put it in here. I just don't. I don't see this deck consistently getting there. Is the thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to go through them now. I've only seen one so far where it got the top 8. So who knows? Maybe he just, maybe he got lucky there. You never know.
You never know. I'm gonna just for now until this deck sees a little bit more like play rate and a little bit more, because I don't even think it's not even on the OP12 like meta report or whatever. So it doesn't have a big play rate, and I don't think it has a great like conversion rate either. We're gonna keep it in top 64 because I do believe in this deck. I do believe that eventually it will be really good. I just don't think, because the green decks are out right now, and then UP is obviously a tough matchup for it too. I don't think it's like amazing. It has a like a 60 or 40% win rate into like 3 of the 4 top decks.
So should we drop Blue Yell and Nami down too then?
Does Nami lose to? Yeah, Nami loses to. Actually, yeah, we probably should then. Yeah, probably should. I believe it. Yeah. You're probably right. I still
believe in both of those decks. I ain't gonna lie to you, but yeah, we'll do it for the sake of the video.
For the sake of fairness. For fairness, yeah, because now that I think about it, Nami does lose to all 3 of these decks on the left, and I think
so does green purple Luffy, bro. Green purple Luffy he doesn't even barely scratch in there. He beats blue purple and then loses to the others. It's hard to say,
like
bro.
In the bottom of top 16 though. To be fair, like if we're organizing it like to the left from left to right, I think Rayleigh low-key is like the best deck, because Rayleigh is just such a consistent deck. It's really good into what is it called? Rayleigh's like it's good into UP, It's good into Zoro, and it's not horrible
Into
into
everything
Bonnie.
but Bonnie.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not. It's not even horrible into Bonnie. It's like they play Mulgun, so really our answer is like Carrot, Kid. Well, I mean, Bonnie obviously is like pretty tough, but Bonnie's not consistent. So it can realistically, I've lost to plenty of Rayleighs with Bonnie. So I think low key,
Sure.
if we're looking at like the best decks right now, I think it would in top 8 it would be Rayleigh, UP, Bonnie, Zoro. I think are like the 4 best decks in that order. Top 16, we can kind of scramble it.
Yeah, not as relevant for the top 16. They're just all in there
Yeah,
somewhere.
they're all in
depending on
there
the
like
matchup.
somewhere. Yeah, it's too
Yeah.
many leaders now to talk about. I still
Now,
think,
gut.
no, you said you had another.
I was going to say there's 2 more I think we should consider for the top 64. Like that, I was going because I was saying we need to consider for top 16 and top 64 is Eustace Kid and Shanks.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say the same thing. So we'll put him in top 64, and we'll talk about putting him in top 16 real quick.
Right next to your mouse.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
So what decks is Shanks is not good into Zoro or UP
Or Luffy. Yeah.
I could see it beating Rayleigh and Bonnie. Bonnie it's good into.
Yeah,
I
it's
could
just straight
see
up
it
good
being
into,
good into
Bonnie
Rayleigh.
and Rayleigh.
Yeah.
And it's good into green purple Luffy, barely 52, 53 or whatever that is.
So I could
Let's
see
see.
Shanks being a top 16 kind of leader.
Sure.
I don't see Kid being a top 6 because Kid doesn't do well into UP or Rayleigh or Bonnie. So I think it's probably the same thing as these decks right here.
Well, he does very good into Rayleigh. He demolishes Rayleigh and he demolishes Zoro.
He beats
But
Rayleigh?
oh yeah, like 65% because he gains life every single turn.
Oh,
you know what
fair
I mean?
enough.
Well,
Okay, gotcha.
yeah, he does really good into Zoro and Rayleigh, but he loses really badly into Bonnie, and then Blue Purple Luffy is an uphill battle for sure.
Okay, yeah. I didn't think I knew he beat Zoro because like the
Yeah, yeah.
Hawkins and like you swing into the Kumas like he's not great.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like please, yeah.
Yes, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. But
yeah,
now,
I'll take it every time.
now that I know he's good into Rayleigh, I could see him being here potentially, but him having such a bad win rate into these 2 decks is kind of rough though.
Yeah, I do think I'll run through the stats real quick while we're talking about it. I do think Eustace Kid had quite a few top 16s.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
running
for
through it
sure,
now.
for sure. Does he get anything in PRB though?
Um,
I don't think so, right? I'm willing to
me
put him
bring
in
it
top
up.
6. I like this leader personally. I think this leader is fun. I think he's like a I wouldn't say a high skill leader, but I think you definitely need to understand like resource management and stuff like that to be good with this leader and kind of plan ahead.
Oh, he does get that 2K counter law, the promo law that can be cheated from life.
Oh yeah. Okay, we'll put him in top
So-
16 then, because I believe in
so
this.
he
I believe
does
in this
get
leader.
that.
He's tanky, bro.
Yeah.
He's tanky as fuck, bro. He gains.
Yes,
he
he is.
plays
Yeah.
the ace. He plays Kuma. Obviously he plays Law. Like Law can heal automatically, and then
Right.
he burns life. He always has like a 9K blocker on the board. Like I think he's a good leader personally.
That's Yellow's problem though. Like notice we have like a bunch of yellow decks in that top 16. It's
Yeah.
like they have these really good matchups and then they have these really terrible matchups.
Yeah.
So it's like okay, you made it pretty far, then you ran into a terrible matchup. Well, sorry about your luck, and that's that.
and that, bro, that's what bro. Jungle metas are so ass, bro. They're so ass for that reason. Like,
Well, at least without a sideboard.
yeah, like I went into Nats thinking I was gonna play like Bonnies and UPs, and I played Zoros and Rayleighs. Like, it felt horrible, bro.
Oof.
Here's another deck that I think is in top 6. If we see a deck, I think we're done with the top 16 for now. But
I think so.
there could be some stuff that comes in there, and we'll add it in there in a little bit. But I think
Sure.
starting with a couple top 64 decks. Obviously this deck I think is really strong. I really believe in YG Law. I think this deck gets absolutely fucking bodied by Zoro and Rayleigh though. I could be wrong. Let's check the stats on that.
I don't think they have that one up, unfortunately.
They don't have Law in here. Wow, bro.
No.
Law really fell out of grace. I think this deck is literally one of the funnest decks to ever play. YG Law. But
It is fun, dude. Yeah.
when you're playing against a deck that just rests your lead, when you're playing basically a 2-life leader and you're playing against a deck that swings into your life for like 9 and kills your blocker and Zoro, it's so tough for this deck to even be like to even exist.
Yeah.
So bathroom break is over. We were talking about YG Law, one of the funnest decks to ever come out in my opinion. It's just really rough because while it does accumulate a lot of resources, it does die to Zoro, unfortunately. However, I do think it's pretty decent into all the other 3 cards in the top 8. I just think the matchup with Zoro is so unfavored that I don't think I can see it getting into like the top 8. I actually, now that I think about it, it has a pretty decent matchup into all 3 of these. I think realistically it could be a top 16, depending on where you want to put it. Because Rayleigh, it can't die to any... Sorry, Mulgun doesn't do anything to the deck because they have to pop the beige. And it's like, cool, you can pop the beige, but at least my other guy gets to live, you know? Which is pretty good.
Right.
It's good. It's fast into UP. So it can like outspeed UP and like drain resource from their hand. And then Bonnie, it can low-key like out resource and outspeed Bonnie. It can go really wide against Bonnie and kind of stop them from walling off with Kid because they're just gonna die before they can really like wall off. So I actually think this is a pretty good leader now that I think about it. Do you see it in more top 16 or top 64?
I see it more in the top 64 because I think it's like one of those representation things, like we were saying earlier. Yeah. It's like it's an insanely technical deck to play, but in the right pilot's hands, it can like beat everything you said. It's just one of those like, man, imagine though, like having to pilot that deck for 10 rounds. For 9 rounds, bro. 10 rounds.
I consider myself like a very like technically sound player, and I still sometimes am like at a loss for what to do sometimes with this deck because it's so there's so many options. I think this legit is not only one of the funnest decks to ever come out, but I think this is probably the hardest deck I've ever played, in my opinion. This and Doflamingo I think are like the 2 hardest decks to play.
Blue Doflamingo?
Yeah, like Blue Doflamingo to play like at the highest levels with like all the resource management, sequencing, deck building, things like that. I think is one of the hardest decks to play. Same with YG Law. I think Green Yellow Law is definitely up there. Like if I were to classify like the top 3 hardest decks to play, like actually properly pilot at the highest level, right? Mm-hmm. Like I've got Green Yellow Law, Blue Yellow Ace, and Black Yellow Luffy. I think those decks are just in a league of their own. I think Dofi's harder to play than BY Luffy, bro. Like maybe BY Luffy now, like without Gecko, but back with Gecko is like way easier to play in my opinion. But that's a video for another time.
Oh yeah,
that's a video for. We should definitely make a video talking about that. That'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be fun. Oh yeah.
Yeah. A couple more decks I think are pretty good right now. I just saw one of them, bro. Chopper. I think this deck is like low key good. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's moving up. So I don't think it was very good for the longest time.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be good in OP 13 because I think it's actually like very solid into something like, I don't know, maybe Red Blue Ace and Black Emu, because it just goes so wide on the board. It's going to just throw a bunch of 6s at you. But I will say it's one of those decks where it's like, if I'm trying to play a deck like that, why aren't people just playing Rayleigh? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess because people like Chopper's like a fan favorite, plus like, I don't know, like people want to be different. There's a guy at my locals that's like a really good Chopper player. He actually beat me one time when I was on Blue Dofi, which is like crazy. But yeah, like I think this deck, especially with like the supported guy, I think is pretty good. Like just that one event that gives 1,000 power to like everything, I think, or what is it, 3,000 power to something? Forget what it is. It's like rest.
You talking about yeah. I can't remember what it does either, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it like enables his leader effect basically. It gives like 1,000 power to like 3 different things, and then it costs 3 Dawn, and then it can just use that 3 Dawn and attach it to everything. So it's basically like a +2 to everything, which is like really strong. It's like a fucking Moby Dick. It's like a Moby Dick, bro. The card's like actually pretty good. As far as like other rogue decks I think like Marco, Pudding, Lim, I think all these decks are like pretty strong too. Oh, bro, there's one deck that I really believe in. And I'm very curious to see your thoughts on it. Let me try to find it.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on here, and I want to hear exactly what you think.
All right.
I cannot seem to find this individual leader. She is a black and yellow leader. Koala, man. Where is she at?
She is... I'm looking for it, too.
I don't see her on here.
Bro, is she not on here? How's that possible?
They don't have Koala on here?
There it is. It's right under your mouse. Go back to Lucci, and it's right under Lucci.
Oh, right here? Okay, that looks different.
Yeah.
I think low-key Koala is like a top 16 to top 64 leader.
Yeah.
I think this deck is so tanky. I think the ability to play like 8 Kumas a game is super strong.
It's not bad, right?
Yeah, I think hack just like being able to just pop shit against Rayleigh is really strong. It probably does lose to Bonnie, but I don't know, man. I think this deck is good. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if if it's top 16. Maybe it is. I'm not sure, but I will say this: I can easily see it at top 64. There's a player at our locals. I don't know if you know them. They came in from Magic, I believe. Like gosh, I wish I knew their name. Their username is Volk. So big shout out to Volk from locals at Cool Stuff. He does nothing but play Black Yellow Koala. Like ever since it came out, he has like the deck alted out, looks really sick. And dude, he has already won one of our nights at Cool Stuff with it, bro.
Oh,
I mean,
real?
he's a good, efficient pilot with it. He's a very experienced card player, you can tell, right?
Yeah.
But still, it's just like, yeah, gum. You know, the deck he either won at Cool Stuff or won at Casual. I can't remember which one it was, but either way, I mean, it was a solid turnout at whichever one it was, and being able to win with Black Yellow Koala, and you know how competitive things are here in Jacksonville, dude.
Yeah, especially like Cool Stuff is the most competitive. So if you win Cool Stuff, that's pretty impressive. But
wild.
I think this deck is really strong. I think obviously Sabo next set is like stronger, but I think this deck is pretty good personally. I think the Revo army package is pretty good. Being able to just recycle so what this deck has that what Sabo doesn't have is being able to just heal like so much with the Kumas. I think is just so strong. Depending on what matchups you see, I think this deck could be really strong. It probably doesn't do amazing into like UP. Let's see if the stats have it on here. They don't have it on here. It's probably not amazing into UP. It's probably not amazing into like something like Zoro, I'm sorry, not Zoro, Bonnie. But I could see it actually being good into Zoro and Rayleigh because it just it heals so much, and then they're able to just stick bodies to the board. I think
it's very good into blue purple Luffy.
Oh, is it? I thought it was probably going to lose to blue purple Luffy and Bonnie.
I thought so too, man. I thought it was not going to be very good in a blue purple Luffy, but they did have stats on it, not this week, but like a week before, and it looked like Black Yellow Koala was kind of giving it to blue purple Luffy. Because I mean, think about it.
Oh yeah, every time they play 9, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, they just take a life. Okay, yeah, that makes sense then, bro. I think this deck is low key good. I could see it sneaking up into top 16.
I could too.
I really could.
Yeah.
I want to make a couple of videos with this leader because I really do believe in it. Another deck that I do believe in is Nico Robin. I think this deck is underexplored. Banish as a leader trait is very strong, but we haven't seen a lot of success with it. What do you think?
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like if you're gonna run a deck that runs Gum Gum Giant, why not just run the better versions? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love Banish on a leader. I wish more than anything, Joey, I wish they would give us a black yellow leader with Banish built in, and I would probably just main that leader. Like I don't even care what else it does, because that's just like those are my two favorite colors, obviously. And having Banish, man, you want to talk about value. I mean, it just eats up your hand every single turn. And then when you try to get some reprieve, you try to get like a little break. It's like, nope, you don't even get to draw a card from life. The catch-up mechanic in this game.
No, you really can't.
Absolutely love it.
And it makes you like want to take life. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to counter counter everything that the leader attacks with, and you want to take the life that the characters attack. And sometimes it's just not good to do that, man. So you're like, fuck, what do I do? Do I take this life? Do I not? Do I starve myself out? What do I do? I think that this deck is. I think the biggest problem with Robin is it doesn't have any like resource recursion. It loses cards just as fast as it makes you lose cards, and that's just a little unfortunate. But I do believe in this leader. It could be locals fun as well, but I think I could see it in like a top 64 setting.
It's got Gum Gum Giant. It could definitely squeeze in a top 64s if it has enough representation.
Same top 64. I think Sugar is a bro, and the fucking support this deck is getting in EBO3 is kind of nutty. I think this deck is good. It has the ability to play a bunch of like random cards that you're not really expecting. It can kind of throw you off a little bit. I think it's a great.
It also gets that new Doflamingo blocker in PRB 02.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm talking about the new 5 cost 6K Dawn Ramp. Yep.
And then, but it gets like a 2 cost that like plays a 5, so you can like on 2 Dawn like play a fucking 5 or some shit. Or I think it's a 3 cost, whatever.
Let me see what color is it. Let me see.
It's like I think it's like purple. I think it's either red or I think it's red or purple in EBO3. They just showed it recently.
Oh my goodness, dude! And right as we're talking about this, look at this. This One Piece is down for maintenance, bro. So I can't even look it up. Oh. Rip.
Yeah, it was in like the Discord server or whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's go ahead and clear out some of the Bandai please help.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's getting a little crowded. Kinemon, Garp, this Sanji, Ivankov, Magellan, Zephyr, this old Sabo, Isho.
Isho's locals fun, bro. Trust me. Isho's
no
at least
way,
locals fun,
bro.
bro.
There's no way you believe that.
Dude, I put a video on him not too long ago.
Right,
He's easily locals fun.
Okay, I'll do that. Sakazuki might be like one of the worst decks ever made. No, I think I think Kyros is like the worst deck ever made, but Sakazuki's close. Caesar Clown needs just. I think this leader effect actually isn't bad. It just needs so much support.
Yeah.
King is horrendous. Let's see.
Oh, we forgot to do Lucci, bro.
We'll add Lucci. I don't know.
We'll come back. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, top 6, bro. I think GP Doflamingo is actually like looking strong.
Well, it didn't. There it goes.
Yeah, I think it's like looking kind of strong. What do you think?
Yeah, we definitely got to talk about that one soon because number one, it just literally shuts down Rayleigh. It just says LOL, like nice board. You get your one attack for each character and you never get to attack again. Yeah, big fan of that. Yeah, Queen. Blue Purple Kaido locals fun. No way, bro. You gotta explain that one.
It's good, bro. It's just
defend yourself. Defend yourself.
I can't defend myself, but I just know it's good, bro. Just trust, man. It's locals fun.
That's fair.
I won't even argue. I have no evidence of it, but it is locals fun.
That's too good.
You're asking me to defend myself. I can't. No, man.
Can't.
Like this deck is like low key, like super fucking tanky. Even like it's not even. I say low key because obviously they play the 4K events, but usually it ran out of resources really quickly because it was just like, okay, I counter, but now like I'm not getting cards for my life. Now it has events that just like +4 and then also draw a card basically, or like search for a Doflamingo Pirate or whatever. And between that and like the searchers it runs, you're like always swinging into them rather than his life. So it's like you never are really like dropping resources from your hand a lot of the time too, and everything's like going 1 for 1. So I think this deck is like low key pretty good. I don't know exactly what it's graded to, but I know a lot of people are kind of hyping this up right now, and I think it's pretty. I think it's just a solid deck. I've always liked this deck. I actually won some like anniversary event, some type of like big store tournament back in Jacksonville with this leader back in set 4.
Nice.
I always love this deck. Yep,
I have no argument against that. I think that leader is actually just fine.
Yeah, I think the more support he gets, I think he's gonna be pretty good. Let's just keep adding to these lists real quick. Crocodile. I'm putting Kaido in locals fun. I'm telling you.
No, that I agree with. See, that one I'll take over the Blue Purple Kaido for sure.
They're both, bro. Both Kaido. Bro, the funny thing is, I don't even like Kaido. I've never even liked Kaido. I mean, I don't hate him in the anime, but it's I'm not like a Kaido fanboy. But for some reason, I just can't get away from burning a life. It's so bad. It's a Dawn -7 burn a life, but the fact that you can do it every turn, I think, is so much fun, man. I don't know. Something about that leader is just tons of fun. The old Sakazuki obviously is dog shit.
Get it out of here.
Locals fun. I believe in this deck.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It's like low key ass, but it's also kind of good. I can't explain it, man. Do you have a better?
I agree. No.
Okay.
If they would give that leader some support, it could actually be very interesting.
Yeah, because the fact that you just know what your opponent's drawing every turn, I think it will take a good player to really capitalize on that, but you need to give them a little bit of support too at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep adding to this list. Knock out some stuff. VV. Sorry, VV. Dragon.
Sorry, VV.
Hody Jones is not good.
No.
BY.
Those top left ones up there too.
Iceberg is the worst. I'm sorry.
Kairos. Yeah.
Kairos is the worst leader ever created, bro. I'm telling you right now, he's the worst leader ever created. Nami's band.
Kuro, bro.
Kuro. Kuro actually had some tops, bro. It's a funny thing. Kuro actually had some tops. It had some tops back in the day. I think at this point, all the Luffy's are probably locals fun at this point, or all the starter decks.
Oh, for sure.
Like all three.
Hang on. This is for PRB, right?
Yeah. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Yeah, PRB. Hang on. Hold on. It gets. So I think it makes
at least top 64. Yeah,
I think it makes this one better. Does the new ace really affect these two guys? I don't think so. Right? Maybe
it does. No, it does affect ace for sure. I don't know how good that makes it, but Red Yellow Sabo, dude, I tried. Sabo's my guy.
Yeah.
Some people are probably going to disagree. Watch, people are going to be like, wow, Vivi, turning your back on Red Yellow Saba. It's like, guys, do you not think I tried?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, people said the same shit to me about Doflamingo. They're like, hey man, Dofi might be pretty good. I was like, you think I haven't tried, man? Like, I want to make this thing work so bad. I want to be the person to make it work. It just doesn't work, man. It just doesn't work. Not consistently, at least.
So here's the crazy thing about Blue Yellow Ace, bro. And try this sometime. I dare you. I dare you, Joey. Blue Yellow Ace beats every one of those top decks, all of them. But here's the problem. It requires more skill to play than literally any other deck.
I've played it a couple times. I think it was back in the day before the deck was good. I think it's like just ass though. Like it feels bad, but that was back in the day. I got to try it with the new support.
Yeah, try it with that new card. It literally just copy paste from the most recent video I did on it and like make your own revisions, obviously.
Sure.
And you'll see, dude. I mean, like, first of all, against Rayleigh, that's basically a free win. You're gaining life every turn going 7,000 power. You know what I mean? It's like actually crazy. And you're flooding the board now. I mean, Rayleigh can still beat it, obviously. You know how things go. Yeah. But it's just like, it's really good into that. It used to be terrible into blue, purple Luffy and green, purple Luffy. Well, first of all, ain't nobody playing green, purple Luffy anymore, barely, you know? And then blue purple Luffy got nerfed big time. Here's why. Listen to why blue purple Luffy was so good, Joey. I'm sorry, we're on a mini tangent right now. But blue purple Luffy, when it had Ninelin was the absolute best counter card to blue yellow ace ever printed in the game, because it would push one of your cards to the top of your deck face up, so you'd lose it next turn. Like, it was literally removal and everything, you know what I mean? While they gain a life, the card was way too busted against ace. Well, now they don't have it. Yeah. So we're over here just like, okay. So the one pretty tough matchup is Zoro. Zoro is a tough matchup.
I'm gonna put this in top 64 and I'm gonna try it out.
Bro, give that deck a try, bro. You're gonna love it.
I can just see the video now. Trying VV Theory's top 64.
Yes,
theory potential blue yellow ace or whatever. So I'm gonna try it out now that I'm a YouTuber again these days. But yeah, man, I think BY definitely is very interesting. I don't know how good it is, but I think this leader is like kind of wacky now with like the Zeus and Viola and the new ace from PRB. Like I think it's pretty cool. I think it's an interesting list. This leader is ass, and I don't see why people are hyping it up. I know the atrocious TCG guy is like apparently he's like hyping.
What was it?
Just some fucking YouTuber guy.
I mean, which leader are we talking about? I'm sorry.
Rosinante.
Oh, Rosinante. Okay.
I think this leader is like utter dog shit. I think people are just hyping it up for content. I don't think this leader is like very good. I think it probably doesn't beat like any of the. So I know for a fact, I played it with Blackbeard. One of my friends' that I met at Nats was playing this. Yeah. And I played it with Blackbeard and I stomped it. However, I'm not sure how good it is into all these other guys. I doubt it's good. You know what I'm saying? I doubt it's like amazing. So I'm gonna put it at locals fun. I don't know. I don't think it's in the please help because it has a lot of support. I don't think it's that great. This deck I heard gets a lot of support. People are hyping up Kobe. I could see it in the top 64. What do you think?
Me too. Yeah, it gets the new Kobe, the 4 cost that draws when attacking. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, that is nice, man. You don't really see that on red. You know what I'm saying? Like, red never really had insane card draw. So, like, that card is going to be nice.
Yeah, I still think this deck feels like a little janky with what it wants to do because it doesn't really fuel the trash super well, considering that's basically its entire leader effect.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it only has like one card to actually like pitch shit into the trash. So,
it's got Kuzan,
yeah. So like we'll see exactly.
It's got the searchers.
Yeah, it's got the one searcher because the other one bottom decks. So like only one trashes. So we'll see.
But I think they're running brand new and the event searcher and the Kuzan. So like they fill it up decently, but I think the biggest problem is like, what are you doing with all that? Like they don't have enough synergy from the trash right now.
It really doesn't. Yeah, like it's like missing like two. I think it's missing 2 or 3 cards to really be good. But it is a good step in the right direction though for Kobe. So I'll definitely probably give it a shot.
Sure. For sure.
Katakuri, man. I think this is at least locals fun. We just saw it get top 8 at Nats.
Yeah, it's got to be top 64 because of that. Because like, you know, that is kind of an anomaly to be fair with it being at Nats, but it's like it has to at least be top 64 because of that.
The fact that you go however he went at least 8-2 at Nats. You know, He
Yeah,
went at
okay.
least 8-2 in Nats because only 8-2 gets top 32, and then he won a top 32 game and a top 16 game, and he almost made he went to game 3 against UP to get to top 4. So it was
So
close.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, what does that deck be? I have not played
It
Katakuri in many
destroys
moons.
UP. He did lose to a UP in top 8, but
In a best of 3.
Yeah, in a best of 3, but he did win game 1, I believe.
Dang.
So yeah,
That's interesting.
I feel like it beats UP. It loses to Bonnie. I feel like Zoro probably isn't horrible because you do heal.
Yeah. So is it probably pretty good into Rayleigh? Is that the whole idea? Because of the healing, or no?
He did. I think he did beat a Rayleigh in top 16. I'm not entirely sure though. Yeah, he did beat a Rayleigh. So I don't know. I'm gonna put it in top 64. I don't really know too much about the deck. I'm interested in trying it out.
Sure. Yeah.
Whitebeard is locals fun, probably.
Yep.
Probably not horrible.
Unless one person playing it, unless JCM's playing it, right?
Yeah,
then it's at
JCM,
least top 64.
Goat, bro. Absolute goat.
That guy's awesome, man.
This deck is low key so dog shit, bro. This Rose.
I had high hopes, man.
I knew. I think this was like one of the leaders that I said was ass on your stream. Check out his stream, by the way, guys. VV3, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. No, 9 p.m. Eastern.
9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
This deck
6
is
p.m. your time.
So, maybe it's because it doesn't have the support, but this leader is horrible. I think it's like a please help category.
When I messed around with it, I thought like, okay, there's some potential here, and then I tried it, and it was like, oh, no. Like this is actually in the lowest tier of Bandai Please Help, in my opinion, bro.
Yeah, it's really bad. Odin, RG Luffy, Sakazuki has to be in top 64 because considering people have topped with it, I still think this leader is horrendous right now. I think the state it's in is actually like, look what they did to my boy. I don't know, man.
Look how they massacred my boy, bro. Yeah,
that was tough to bear.
It's a specialist thing, though. You know what I mean, Joey? Like just like what we were just talking about with Rosinante, bro. I promise there's like one dude out there who only plays purple yellow Rosinante, who's 1,000 times better than any other Rosinante player. But it's like you can't judge it off that alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like, in my defense, I was one of the best Sakazuki players in the United States, and I feel like this deck is horrible right now. Like I cannot win with this deck consistently.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying is I don't know if it even needs to be in top 64, bro, because like the specialists are what's making it look so good. You know what I mean? Or like just a few specialists, like you're saying, like some random dudes who are like topping with it. I don't know. Maybe it should. Yeah, put it back in top 64. I don't want to get yelled at, bro. They're gonna yell at me, bro.
It got some placings. I think it needs to see some. I think it needs to see a ton of luck in a tournament, and I think it needs to see a lot of things need to go right for this to get a top. So for it to even get a top 64, obviously it got a couple top 16s. I don't believe in this deck. I think there's too much that beats it now. It's too fragile.
Right, and especially when you look at the top 64 that or the top 32 that we just saw with the Dallas Nats. Like, dude, not one black deck, not even one.
Yeah,
so
not one. Yeah, black's in a bad spot right now. Now this deck obviously has like it has some great text it can use, like VV to draw 2, and then you can bounce back on Jozu. It just seems like you're doing a lot to just lose to like a deck that just does some like more stuff. So for example, this is good into Bonnie, and it's probably pretty decent into something like blue purple, because it's probably pretty bad into blue purple. It's probably decent into Rayleigh.
Yeah, I think it's better into Rayleigh than purple. Yeah.
But still, like Rayleigh plays unblockables, and they can pop your fucking Rebekahs with mulguns. Like, I don't see this deck. Maybe it's good. I don't know. I don't see this deck being like amazing, really. Because from my perspective, it only beats Bonnie in this top 8 range. Everything else is like probably not very good.
Right.
Bello Betty, man. Where do you now? At one point it was all the way in top 8, because I mean it was just topping like crazy because of the UPs. Now I see it somewhere down here. What do you think?
Yeah, it's got to still be top 64 somewhere, because like it can still pop off. And I know we're talking about for PRB 02, but in OP13, I think people are talking about it being kind of decent again into some of the field, like against
Emu,
yeah.
Yep.
And maybe even Roger, who knows? Maybe Roger has enough tools to deal with it because of the I don't know, just the ramp, who knows? But yeah, I mean, I could see it being top 64 for sure.
Yeah, it's right now. It's probably not horrible it's probably not horrible. I don't know. It's probably not great into most of these decks. It's definitely not good into Bonnie.
Or Zoro, dude.
Or
Apparently Zoro
Zoro.
eats it up, dude.
Yeah, because Zoro's swinging into it and life, and then also like you're just resting their shit. So it's probably terrible into Zoro. It's probably not amazing into Roger or to Rayleigh either.
No, Rayleigh beats it. Yeah, from what I've seen.
It's probably not in a great spot. I'm gonna still put it in top 64 though, because
Sure. Yeah.
or maybe for now local's fun. What do you think? Because it only beats, I don't know. It doesn't really, even in these decks right here, it doesn't beat too many. I'm gonna put it in local's fun for now.
Yeah, I could see it being in either one currently. Just I think Belovetti players have to wait a little bit, but I could see a top 64.
It's a counter deck. It feels like it's just a counter deck. Like this deck exists to grief like the slow decks in the meta. So
I give it one benefit. I give it one advantage over most other decks. The games are so fast. So like you're like, think about if you just got off a game, you know, in like 10 minutes, right? You just went to the bathroom, chilled out, talked to your friends, like mentally reset, and you go into your next opponent. And bro, they just got done with a blue-purple versus Bonnie matchup. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, oh my lord, bro.
Yeah, the you don't have any mental fatigue with this deck, which I mean, it could be top 64 for now. I think still locals fun is just where it needs to be. Lucci, is probably the same. I think Lucci is really bad into like all of these decks except for. It's good into, well, I guess it's good into Rayleigh and Bonnie. We could probably put in top 64, but I think it's horrendous into Zoro and UP.
Right.
It's probably not good into. It's definitely not good into Cowgirl. Cowgirl will beat its fucking face in. Sanji will beat its face in. Shanks, I think, beats it. The Kid beats it. Like I feel like if it sees its right matchups, it can get into the top 64. It just a lot has to go right for it, especially with how inconsistent this deck is. It's just a pile black deck at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would literally just put it wherever Sakazuki is, but like one step better. I think it's just like slightly better than Sakazuki because it has 5 life and fills the trash better.
Yep. Now I think a deck that is like low key better than Lucci. This is like a crazy take, but right now I think Gecko has more.
Oh no.
I think Gecko is better than Lucci right now, straight up.
You're 100% right about that. Dude, I have put out 2 videos in the past month on Gecko Moria. I think, and remember, we're talking about PRB02. He's about to get a brand new upgrade with that 6-cost 7K.
That card is good. That card is legitimately good.
Yeah. I think he has to be at the top of top 64. I think Gecko Moria has to be like somewhere at the top of top 64.
Really interesting. I'll put him up here. I don't think he's above. I think he's like probably around like Kuzan area, probably.
What I was saying at the top of top 64.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's right.
Basically in front of like somewhere around those guys.
Like these guys right here. Okay,
yeah. Like he's knocking on the door of
versatile. He's way more versatile than Lucci is. The fact that he has Ryuma, the fact he has the Gecko now, he has the trash recursion, he has like a discard engine that can kind of starve you out. I think he's like kind of awkward to play against because there's just a lot of things he can do. He doesn't rely, like he was at one point a ghetto Sakazuki. Now he's just his own like thing. And I think the way he plays is interesting. I think he's fun. I like the low to the ground kind of version. I think he's just a good leader, straight up.
And he swings for 6. He swings for the magic number right now, which is 6. You know, like you're always hitting whatever you're attacking into without you having to invest any extra. It is a 3-Dawn investment altogether, but you're cheating a character out, which is probably going to make them trash a card.
You're swinging 6 and then also playing like a 6K body, which is good for 3-Dawn. So I'll take it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. I'm glad you agree, bro. That's why I love you, VB, bro. You're always like you have good opinions on like a lot of stuff.
I appreciate you. Yeah, Gecko's a beast, bro. Don't let nobody sleep on that card. Too good.
RG
Law.
RG Law
easily
I think is locals fun.
Yeah.
I think this deck. I think he's probably like in the top of locals fun. Really, I think he's a really strong deck.
Yeah, every Law deck will be at the top of the fun meter of whatever category it's in. Straight up.
Just really good. Zoro probably locals fun as well. These aren't like super organized, but same with Arlong. I know Arlong apparently got a top recently, something like that, like a top something.
Did it? I didn't hear about that. I believe it, but I will say it definitely deserves to at least be in locals fun. That deck is a lot of fun to play. Like straight up, Arlong is a blast. It's
a more aggro version of Dofi that is like more one dimensional. Apparently, it beats like UP 100% of the time. Like from what I heard.
Well. Yeah, and you know, it's also probably pretty decent into Zoro because it runs Arlong to lock the attack down. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, like, maybe we put it actually in top 6. Because if it's good into 2 of the 4 top decks, I think we could put it in top 64.
Sure. Yeah. And it's like a rogue deck to where like people won't know how to play against it most of the time. I bet.
I mean, even me, like sometimes I'm like, okay, what new triggers?
Yeah. What does that do?
I'm like racking my brain, like, okay, what new triggers came out recently that they're playing this?
Exactly. Yeah, and,
That's so
and
right,
it
bro.
cheats out, dude, and it cheats out a lot of on KO stuff like he can Joan Basil Hawkins. So that leader's kind of decent right now. I'm
Bro,
not gonna lie.
maybe there's a video. Maybe there's a video in here, bro. That's
Yeah.
why, bro, doing these tier lists is always fun because I'm like, okay, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Gives you
Yeah.
some content.
All right, can I frustrate everybody real quick, dude?
Yeah, I was gonna say we're coming down the wire. So what's up?
Yeah. You know who's got to go in ban night? Please help, and it's gonna make everybody frustrated.
There's no way you're saying this card right here.
No, Perona.
I don't know, man.
Even with the new Gecko coming out, that leader is like hopeless, bro.
You
like,
think so? I don't think, bro.
Yeah,
I can't go that
dude.
far, man. I can't. I really can't.
Hey, it's your tier list. You can do what you want with it, bro. I'm telling you, I put some time into Perona, and I've never come so close to just quitting the game. Like, well, not quitting, but like, all right, nope, quitting on a leader straight up. You know what I mean?
I really
it feels
believe
rough.
that this deck actually has some sauce to it. Maybe not right now. The please help is like it has
Yeah.
no support. I think this deck actually has some good shit that it can do. I'm gonna put it in locals fun personally. I really
I can
believe
accept that.
I really believe it can get like top 4 out of locals and it'll be a fun night. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I can accept that. I can definitely accept locals fun, but bro, not a step further.
Yeah, no,
that's where I draw the line.
Yeah. No, I'm not going that far because it has like stuff like a radio knife. It has stuff
Right.
like you can be my samurai. Like it has some interesting text that you can do to like plus a bunch of cards. Now it might
Sure.
be like low key kind of mid, but it seems it's not horrible like Odin or Rosinante. It's not. It has some
Well,
plays.
See, here's where I bet you'll probably agree with me. If I'm trying to play a leader like Perona, I'm gonna play Carrot. Like I'm not gonna play Perona. I'm gonna play Carrot. Like I understand they're a little bit different. Like, but I don't need the black in there at the cost of -1 life to start the game off with. You see what I'm saying?
I agree, which is why I'm putting Carrot in top 64.
Sure. Yeah, and that's not even like that crazy to me. I was about to say what's going on, but that's not even crazy to me because like it rests a 5, dude. Like resting a 5 is crazy.
Yeah, resting a 5 is really strong. Being a 5 life leader is really strong. It keeps getting new support. I'm pretty sure it got some support in PRB.
I wish I could check right now, dude, but the
I know,
freaking
yeah, we can't even
fight
see.
just went down, dude.
I just saw a guy at Nats go 7-0 like in the first 7 rounds. Now he bubbled out.
Oh.
He ended up losing the last 3, but I think this deck is just straight up. I think it's good. I think it's good. Huh?
I will say this: it is up. The Asia site is up, so I'll go on there and check real quick to see what it gets. Yeah,
What
it
website?
got
Aegis?
Asia, like the Asian
Asia,
One
okay,
Piece
yeah.
site. Like the American site was down, but the Asian one's up. So it's getting. Is it getting any direct support from there?
I thought it was getting like something, or it could be OP13. I'm not sure. I thought it was getting like something.
Yeah, I think it might be OP13. I don't see anything on here unless I'm just missing it, but I don't think I am. Hey, it is getting the that 5 cost Carrot reprint in the SP art. That thing looks clean.
You got a picture
Really
of it?
nice.
Let me
Yeah,
see.
I gotta send this to you. Hang on.
You know,
Yeah, this
everyone
looks
knows I'd be
really
good
good.
in the Carrot.
Oh dear. Hang on, I gotta. Where are we at? There we are.
Let's check
Look
it
at
out.
that, bro. You're gonna need that bad boy right there.
I don't know, man. Like this is, it's Gunnar material. Don't get me wrong, but I think it has better art. I think it has better art already.
But here's the thing. Remember, that's an SP, and that's going to be gold highlights on it. That's going to be gold
Yeah,
highlights.
maybe in
on it.
person it looks like really good.
Yes, in person it's going to look way better. And you see the blue? That's mirrored. Like it's going to be mirrored foil.
Oh, okay, that's pretty sick then. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big time Carrot Gunnar for sure.
I know you are.
I used to jork my shit to Carrot on the daily,
Oh, no.
bro. Jork my. All right, this is gonna be controversial for sure. I think that Smoker is not Please Help. I think it's locals fun. I think it actually is decent. Now it definitely needs a little bit of help, so maybe we can put it like at the top. But realistically, I think it has some plays. It has Tashigi. I think it's pretty decent.
It's easily locals fun for me too, because like here's my rule currently, and people get mad at me for it. Wherever I put Lucci, I put Smoker right under it because it's just a worse version of Lucci in my opinion.
I think
it's
Smoker's
just not
better
as
than
good as
Lucci, right? I think Smoker's better because it has a fucking Tashigi, whereas like Lucci is just like.
It's
Lucci has, like,
it just fills up
nothing
your
now.
trash.
Yeah, it just fills up your trash. At least this has like a fucking good card, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
What do you think about Odin, man? I could see it locals fun. I could see a top 64. What do you think?
That one I would have near the top of locals fun, like probably right behind Trafalgar Law.
I was thinking the
like
same thing.
Yeah, like And I will say this, now that we have more names on here, you can move Green Black Isho towards the bottom of Locals Fun for sure. Like next to Perona. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like Green Black Isho is fun, but it's not that fun. You know what I mean? If we have it in order.
Definitely not.
But yeah, but Odin's actually a lot of fun, just straight up. It is a fun deck because it is just a tempo beat you down deck, or I just lose, right?
Yeah, it reminds me of it just reminds me of just like GOAT Yu-Gi-Oh, where you're just like punching people in the face. Like there's no other gimmicks, bro. You're just like beating the shit out of each other for the entire game.
Yeah, and if you go against a deck that doesn't have removal, then you actually can have a pretty decent matchup in anyone. You know what I mean? It was always removal that really held Odin back, because I was on a red-green Odin kick for a while, Joey. I don't know if you remember that. It might have been right around the time you stopped doing content. But bro, I was on like a red-green Odin kick, and I was like, dude, this leader's kind of cracked until I went against Lucci, or until I went against a deck that had high removal.
Yep. I agree, man. I think it keeps getting support too. A couple leaders that I think actually we forgot to put in the top 64 is RP Luffy. It's just a giant deck with a different flavor, and Dofi.
Dofi for sure. Yep.
Now, I really was going to take Dofi to Nats, and the only reason I didn't is because I thought UP and Zoro were like super highly represented, because Zoro is super easy to play and UP is really powerful, and Dofi doesn't do amazing into either of those. It could with certain techs, but then you'd probably have like a worse like Bonnie matchup or something like that. I think Dofi is strong. I think next set it gets absolutely annihilated by Emu, but it's pretty good into Ace. It's pretty decent into like Sabo, I would say, because you can just drain resources from their hand, because they don't really play like really anything to remove anything until 8 Dawn necessarily. But
you saw red black Sabo?
Yeah, red black Sabo. Obviously this is PRB, but I'm just saying like right now I think it's decent. It's decent. I could see it if it plays a bunch of like 5 or 6 Rayleighs, it plays a Blackbeard, it plays like a Zoro Sanji, like it can do good into that because it can bounce their shit. Obviously it's always been good into Blackbeard. If it plays a Shanks, if he plays a Shanks, obviously it's probably pretty good into that. Now if Anel's not playing, like if they're playing like the aggro Anel, I think where it's probably good into aggro Anel because they're not playing as much KO shit. I think Dofi's like in a solid, like a decent spot right now, top 64.
I think so too. Yeah.
Same with Yellow Mom, man. If Cat's in top 64, then Yellow Mom has to be, man. It's like the same leader, bro. It's literally like the same leader. Half the time you're not even using Cat's leader effect.
I wouldn't know. It's been so long since I played Yellow Big Mom, bro. That's crazy. Like I can't even tell you, Joey, the last time I played Yellow Big Mom.
I played it actually recently. I'm not gonna lie. I probably played it like set like 9 or 10.
Nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying like it's just one of those leaders that slips under my radar. You know what I mean? Like there's like probably like 10 or 12 leaders that just, I mean, hey, there's 112 leaders in the game or something like that now. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
I have one more tier I actually want to put in here, and this is like something I literally just thought of. How do I we need
click on the black on the right. No, go back up and click on that black bar on the right, like any of these black, further over. There. Yeah, click on one of these. Oops, that changed it. For some reason, it's like hidden. Go a little to the left, and it's right there. Like it's hidden from you. Go over it just a little bit to the right. Right there. And then down, and then down.
Dude, where do you see this at, bro?
Well, it's invisible for you for some reason. I'm not sure why. Let me, I'm going to link it. Yeah. It's like to the left side of that black box. Right there. Your mouse will go to a hand when you're mousing over it.
All right, bro. It doesn't matter.
I got you. I'm going to send you a link of it right here. Like on check your Discord real quick.
Okay.
Here you go. This is what it looks like. And for some reason, it's invisible to you.
I don't have it. it.
But it's still there for you. You see it though? So it's there as soon as you're there. No, maybe not. I don't know then, bro. That's crazy.
It's not there, bro. It's not there. Trust. Oh wait.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. Add row below. We need to. Oh no. All right, here we go. We need a lost cause tier, bro. We need a lost cause tier. And I think it's time to stop fucking printing shit for this leader, bro.
For granted, oh no.
Bro, we've put so much fucking support into this leader, and it still sucks. Up to the fact that they had to remake it into a Zoro leader to make it better, bro. Like, This leader is just not good, bro. No matter how much they print cards for it, it just doesn't seem to fucking work, man. Just doesn't seem to work.
Yeah, and I don't understand. Oh, by the way, you still got to move that top 16 up one more row. But yeah, it's like the other way.
I hate my life. I really hate my life, bro.
This is too funny. But yeah, while you're figuring that out, I have to say, like, I don't know why they keep giving support to. So think of it like this: there's an up arrow and a down arrow. Yeah. So like the further up your mouse is closer to the up arrow, and then the further down is at the down arrow. But on the left is that cog wheel. Yeah, over there, and then yep. And then that one's got to go down. Now go further down, further past halfway. Yeah.
I don't care anymore, bro. I don't care. The video's almost over, bro. Please.
Oh, too funny. Oh well. This is so funny. We're getting flamed. We're getting flamed for this one, bro.
That's the most unorganized tier list of all time, bro.
Hey, go back up so I can take a picture and tell you.
Bro, I had logos put at like the top somehow, bro. Like how, bro? How is this? I'm clicking on the buttons, are I not? It keeps telling me to add a color. And now logos put back on top, bro. All right, whoa, we got top 8 now. We got top 8 now. Hold up.
Let's go. Don't touch that one ever again. All right, there we got that one.
Just keep swapping with top 64.
It's so funny.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Oh crap! It's so funny.
There we go. I think we're good. Okay, we're back. We're back.
We're back. Okay, we're good, guys.
We're
here.
so back, bro. All I know is how to fucking play Warlords off the top of my deck, man. I don't know any of this other shit, man.
Okay, what were we even talking about? Una? We're talking about green Una.
This shit is a lost cause. 1000% lost cause. Leaders that can't attack are actually lost causes as well. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there. Jinbei can't attack too, right? What does he do? What does
he attacks. He's like a better version of Kuro. That's all I'm gonna say, dude. I mean, like someone's gonna get mad at me for that, but it's one of those things where he probably is Locals Fun, actually. Okay. He is Locals Fun.
I don't even know what this, bro. I swear to God, I don't even know what he does, bro. Like,
yeah, there's a few in that camp. I think Usopp's Locals Fun, by the way, dude.
I'm ready to say local. I think Lost Cause goes to Rebecca. As well.
Just anything that can't attack, you're saying?
Anything that can't attack, except
other
for
than Vegapunk.
Except for Vegapunk. Vegapunk is actually low key kind of good. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it at the top of Locals Fun. I think it's more fun than Odin personally.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That leader's a blast.
Yeah, Buggy low key kind of ass. I'm gonna put it in Locals Fun though.
Now I have to know that ST22 Ace in Newgate. What are your thoughts on that leader, bro? Be honest.
I actually don't know what it does. What is it? What is its effect?
Bro, it's that rough. I don't even know it off the top of my head. Hang on, I'm gonna read it to you.
You're hoping I knew.
No, well, dude, no.
I'm semi-retired, man.
All right, here we go. So, 5K, 5 life, mono blue leader, right? Mm-hmm. Activate main once per turn. You may reveal one card with a type including Whitebeard Pirates from your hand. Draw one card and add the card you revealed to the top of your deck.
That's a Dawn X1?
No, that's just an activate main once per turn. So it doesn't cost any Dawn investment. You're basically putting the card you want. Well, no. You're cycling out one card from your hand to put on top of your deck, and you're taking the card that was on top of your deck and adding it to your hand. So it's a cycle, and you know your top card. That's what it does.
That doesn't sound that good.
No,
it does not sound that good at all.
I have to be honest, bro. A lot of people are were asking me about this leader. And I was like, guys, I'm sorry. I just don't think it's very good. I
don't know. Is it in Please Help or is it Locals Fun? What do you think?
I could easily see. I mean, it is the newest starter deck. So I guess we have to give it Locals Fun because of that. People are going to literally buy it and go have fun with it locally. By the way, I have the same comment about that. Yeah. I have the same comment about the other one right next to it, that ST21.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I actually think this deck is like decent, honestly. I really think like it's a decent aggro deck, honestly.
It is, but people keep asking me about that one too. I'm like, guys, like, hear me out. If you're gonna go aggro, you just go Rayleigh. It's like actually that simple.
It's like it's funny because there's so many decks. It's like, yeah, I could do that, or I could just play like a better deck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
it was like Uda. 16. It's like Uda. It's like I could do that, or I could just play Bonnie. Like if I want a Kid Wall, I'll just play Bonnie. You know?
Yeah, it's like if you want to play green so bad, well, what do you want to do? Be aggressive or be defensive? Okay, aggressive Zoro, defensive Bonnie. There you go. You know.
Couple more to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting list right here. Foxy. What do you? I mean, probably not good
I
this time around.
no, I've got him at locals fun.
Yeah,
I've got Foxy locals fun
top of locals fun. I think he's probably
for
pretty
sure.
good.
He's a blast actually. Yeah,
I
and he
think
does lock down Zoro for what it's worth, I guess.
I think this deck actually does need help. I think Boa is.
Oh, Boa.
I think they're releasing support that literally does not matter for this deck. Like they need a Cavendish that's not a brick for this deck because Boa has a really hard time with bricking, and she has a really hard time like actually playing like tempo because there's too many decks that play tempo just better. Like now that there's cards like Mihawk to cheat out another body and like the new Sanji or the new Law in OP13 that cheats out bodies, like she needs like something that can counteract that, and she needs a lot of help.
I agree with you, and here's the thing: a lot of people might get confused. There is a new deck coming, or not deck. There's a new set coming out in the East first, obviously called EB03, and it does get some support in there. But remember, guys, we are not talking about EB03. We're talking about PRB02, of which she's not getting any support, at least not for the most part. You know, like there might be a few cards here and there that could help, but it's not getting any direct support. So I do agree with that. I do think she's a pretty like fun leader, but at the same time, I know where you're going with it. Like it's like no, just please help this leader. Yeah,
like it just needs more. It's fun, but it just needs more than. It needs way more than what it has. The last two that we're going to talk about, I think Crocodile is actually in locals fun. I think it's a pretty decent leader. It has some decent support. It can ramp really fast. It has some nice boss monsters. Not amazing. If this is a 5-life leader, I think this leader would actually be really strong, but it's not. And
agreed.
Reiju is an interesting one. I'm going to go ahead and put Reiju up here. I think
64.
Yeah, like it's a really strong leader that also at the same time doesn't do shit. Like I don't know how to explain this leader. I really don't.
It just never stops searching. It's kind of like what you were talking about earlier, where like sometimes too much consistency just actually just like negates itself. You know what I'm saying? Where like literally you're just searching, and that does beat certain decks. Like, you know, with a good pilot, you're just like flooding the board, you're overwhelming them, and they start making really dumb plays. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, you know, what am I even supposed to do against this board? And it's a tough board too. That 7K Mikiji or whatever his name is, like he's a beast, bro. You know?
Yeah.
But like other than that,
I could actually see
it. Draws a lot.
Funny enough, I think Reiju could actually be good into all of the top 8 decks. Like it could outspeed Bonnie. It just like can counter out of everything against Zoro. UP, it's too fast, and then Rayleigh, it floods the board just as quick as they do, and then it can counter out of fucking everything. So like it could low key actually be a top 16 or even a top 8 deck. It's just like it never sees results. Why is that, bro? Because like low key, this shit is like good into everything. Why is it that Reiju is not? Why is it? Like that's actually a good question. People in the chat, let us know, man. Like why is Reiju not good? Because it seems like on paper all 4 of these decks it can beat.
Yeah,
there's a route to beating it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and like I don't even have an answer. Like I don't know, and it just got like what was it OP11 that it got all the support in? I think it was OP11 or OP12.
Yeah,
they got like a bunch of support.
Yeah,
and it was like, dang, okay, maybe this is what the leader needed. And then, like you're saying, we just never saw anyone play it again. It was like, I feel like it's one of those situations where, okay, Blue Purple Reiju is Vinsmoke, and so is like the idea is Vinsmoke. Well, now we just got Blue Purple Sanji, and I feel like a lot of people jumped ship not because Reiju was worse per se,
it was like it was Sanji's character more.
Well, and it's just the new toy to play with, and it's in the same colors, and it's basically the same family, you know, they're brother, sister, right? So it's like, okay, I'm just going to go have fun with Blue Purple Sanji now because I've been playing Reiju for the past, like, what, literally 7 sets?
Yeah, but Reiju is way better, though, but I see what you're saying, like, it's newer. Like, new is always better.
Yeah, people want the new toys to play with, man, for sure. Yeah. That's my thoughts on it. I mean, who knows? We might both be wrong. Maybe there's another thing we're not even thinking of.
Yeah.
Look at that. We did all of them, bro. Let's go.
We did all of them, yeah. I mean, it only took us about 2 hours to do this. Is there any changes you would make to this list based on what we see now?
Not really. I mean, like I like where pretty much everything is. I'm trying to see if there's anything in locals fun we're gonna get flamed for. No, man. I mean, that's what you see is what you get. I mean, I have seen Buggy get like in the top 6. Didn't Buggy get a top 64?
Well, Buggy, I feel like probably like hard dies to Rayleigh, and Zoro. So like it could probably get a top 64 because it could be decent into Bonnie because it can still like bottom deck its shit off Buggy because Bonnie doesn't have like removal necessarily, you know. Even if it does, like
Right.
they have removal protection. I could see it being decent into Bonnie and then good into UP. I don't see it being good into like Zoro or Rayleigh though, because Rayleigh can just like mulligan their floodgate card, the 7-drop Buggy, and kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, it looks like the only. I was just looking real quick. There's only one Buggy deck that made a top 16 in OP12. Literally just one, and it's just a standard. Bro, that's crazy. A $30 list, bro. That's insane. Like, that's actually insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because when you said Green Zoro and how you said how cheap in the very beginning of this, this tier list thing, you're talking about how cheap Green Zoro is and Rayleigh, and they are cheap. But even Green Zoro is about $112, and then because of Cavendish, by the way, and then Rayleigh is about $120 because of that 3-cost SR Saji from OP.
How much
whatever
is that?
that
I
is.
thought it was only like $8.
Yeah, that card's like $7, but it runs 4 of them, and that's the one from OP10.
OP10, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's got
Alright.
Kid and Killer's about $7 a piece. Gum
Yeah.
Gum Bull Pistol's about $5 a piece. So it kind of adds up. You know what I mean?
More expensive than I thought.
Right.
Okay. I guess before we call it, is there anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, that's about it. Appreciate you having me on, and I hope to see more from you in the future on here, Joey. Welcome back, hopefully, maybe, right? We'll see, right?
Yeah. Maybe not as consistently, but we'll see.
Sure, sure.
Well, this is not welcome back. It's welcome for the first time to my twin brother.
Oh yeah. Not HPTCG.
Not
That's right.
me at all. So with that being said, guys, much love to y'all. Peace out.
Later.
Later.